Oh, hey, let's put those down for a second. That's how we're rolling in on this show. Just stumbling on in, fellas. What's going on? How's everybody's Monday morning going? Thank you guys for kicking off a new week with us here on the Payoff Pitch. He's, of course, the Hockey Squirrel. I'm, of course, Jason, and we're, of course, brought to you every single day by BetUS, a fantastic sports book. Down in this video description, you can find a link that'll jump you over there, and you can check out how awesome they are yourselves. It's been a while since we've been with you guys. Hope everybody's been doing well. Squirrel, what's up this weekend? How'd you do? Yeah.
Oh, hey. Well, I've been taking a few days off, and there's a reason for it. Beyond just burnout, I guess, of doing the same thing repetitively day after day, and with sports betting, it's 7 days a week. It's like we kind of make our own. Um, we are the boss here, right? And so I don't know. Everyone gets to Friday, they're all happy because they get their days off, and that's generally when I feel I'm working the hardest. Is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when everyone's demanding bets and messaging me left and right. But this weekend, I kind of took off Friday, Saturday. Partly due to burnout, but partly due to the fact that we're getting to the back end of the MLB season, and I am just struggling like hell to find games that I feel comfortable betting on due to the good teams being identified, the bad teams being identified, and all the trends really being identified, and the juice is just poured on as a result, from what I can tell. Lots of, even today, I mean, my God, look, there's what, minus 200, minus 300 in damn near every game. It feels like, what do you do there? How do you pick a team? How do you pick a side? Do you resort to totals? I'm not that comfortable playing totals. I'm not a huge totals player. I have an interest in a couple of games with totals, but only one single thing has got my money thus far today. And it may surprise you as to what it is.
All right, cool. Look forward to hearing what that is. I also had a break. I went to Wisconsin. Everybody knows we weren't doing the show towards the end of last week. I had a little vacation. You can't bet in Wisconsin. What's wrong with those people? You can't bet in Wisconsin?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Well, not on a legal U.S. sports book. You cannot bet in Wisconsin. They don't allow it. How lame is that? What's the deal with those people? Come on, I'm trying to fire out bets. So I unexpectedly had a weekend off. I only had my soccer
Well,
bets
you
and
can go
NASCAR
to
bets.
Turtle Lake now. I mean, at least they have a casino that you can go and sports bet at Wisconsin. Because
You trying to get me in a doghouse, taking me to a casino on a family vacation? What are you doing here, Squirrel? I'm trying to not be in the
I'm
doghouse,
pretty
man.
sure.
I'm trying to be on a family vacation.
I know you can sports bet at a casino in Wisconsin, so I know they've passed it. I don't know, maybe just online.
Maybe they haven't launched it
isn't
mobily or anything.
right, but I know at Turtle Lake you can. So I don't know.
All right, well, let's jump on into this show. Let's give these guys some winners today. Hope everybody, again, is doing well. Look forward to just jumping in here with you guys all 5 days, talking some baseball. It is getting to the grind. I understand, some of your thoughts and sentiments there in that first inning. Baseball is a grind. It's an absolute grind, but let's keep chubbing along here. Let's move it over to the second inning. We call it around the bases. It's time to talk about a couple of games and give these guys some bets along with those games. You want to kick it off for us?
Okay. I'll talk about my two games that I thought the total was going to go over.
Okay.
And last night, I said to myself, these two games were going to be at over 9 today. Only one of the two is at over 9 at the moment. So the game that is not at over 9 is 8.5. It was juiced to minus 120 as of last night. Still juiced to minus 115. I was kind of circling in on the Reds and Phillies over 8.5. Syndergaard, again, one of my lesser favorites for pitching ever since the Angels anyway. I know the Phillies have a pretty kick-ass offense. And then Luis Sessa, I am not familiar with in the least. I don't know if you are. I don't know if I should be, but I'm not. Not a name I've heard of.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him just because I do follow the Yankees the closest, just because my brother's a fan of the Yankees. He's been a long-time bullpen, kind of long-arm guy up out of their bullpen. You're not going to get much from him today, 2, maybe 3 innings if he's really dealing. But it's fixing to just be a bullpen day for the Reds.
Well, if you're telling me it's a bullpen day for the Reds bullpen is bad. I mean, at least at the very best, like top five worst.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect anything from the Reds bullpen or whatever they put on the mound.
Yeah.
I don't trust Syndergaard, and I would expect runs. So I guess I would lean in over 8.5 in that game.
I'm with you. I thought there were some great overs today on the board, and I think that is easily one of them with the bullpen struggles, even though it is a bullpen day for the Reds. I mean, you've said it. We've been picking on that Reds team a lot this season. The bullpen's just absolutely atrocious, and the Phillies, they're not much better from a bullpen perspective, and you hit the head there on the Syndergaard. So I'll just go ahead and use that as a nice lunching off point for my first bet, which is that Reds F5 team total. This second inning could really just be called like my sweet spot for my system. One of my systems that I love playing is obviously hitter familiarity. Well, the Reds just saw Syndergaard in his last start. They were able to cash this bet. They got 2 runs in the first 5 innings, so we got a cash. And now we're seeing them 5 days later. I'm expecting much of the same. If you also wanted to play that same trend that we found earlier this season with Syndergaard being the league leader in stolen bases allowed, I think that's well within your reach. That one's just tough to try and identify a player. But the Reds also stole a bag off him, much like every other team seems to be doing this season. But I'm going to focus in on that Reds F5 team total, cashed 5 days ago. Going to go ahead and see Syndergaard real quick here. Not expecting any improvement, so let's see if the Reds can't cash it again for us. So Reds F5 team total over 1.5 at minus 105. The second one here, I mentioned this second inning could be my system play, and this one falls right in it too. Brewers and Dodgers. They just faced last week in Milwaukee. Now we flip it and we move it out to LA. Both of these starters were involved in that series last week. I'm on technically the wrong side of this. I'm on the F5 over 4 runs, and the juice is coming down. So lets me know that people are betting the under in this. There's a reason they're betting the under, because it was a low-scoring series included in these 2 games with Lauer on the mound and Urias. Both of them had great outings. It's just a sweet spot for me. Now, if you go look up stats, the teams are struggling from a hitting perspective. They're striking out. It's not that sexy if you're going to go off stats. But I'm going to go off what's been made me profitable, the last handful of years in baseball, which is targeting hitters that have a lot of familiarity with the pitchers. You can't get much more familiarity with this, so I'll take that F5 over 4 in the Brewers Dodgers.
Cool. My second game that I thought was going to go over, or still, I guess, think is going to go over was 8.5 last night at minus 120, has moved to 9 as far as I can tell. It's Jake Odorizzi and Rosie Contreras of the Braves and the Pirates to go over 9 at this point. If I was going to take it, I would have liked it last night at the 8.5. I guess you could probably still buy it down if you wanted to. But do I think it gets over 9? Yeah, I still think it does. Odorizzi's terrible. Everyone knows that at this point. I don't know how much you trust Contreras and the Braves offense. Again, it's like a Phillies Reds. It's very, do you expect some runs out of the Pirates, or do you expect some runs out of the Reds? And I would say yes. I would expect 9 or 10 runs this game combined.
Yeah, you're doing a great job identifying some great overs on today's board. I think the Braves and Pirates was another great one. Odorizzi's whip since he's been joining the Braves is 2.1. This is not a guy that has elevated his play coming into a playoff race, is what you see. Yeah. He is just
identify. Clarify, that is not ERA. That is whip. Is 2.1.
That's atrocious. That's atrocious.
Off the charts bad. Yes,
really bad.
That's terrible.
I think there's one more over that is the third best over of the day. I'm sure we'll probably get to it in rapid fire.
Right. Can I look for it? Is it the Royals?
Yeah, 2 shitty bullpens, Royals and White Sox, of course. White Sox are back to hitting left-handed pitching. They're hitting 286 versus left-handers. Of course, it's the White Sox and Royals. Kopech is bad. The only thing that makes you a touch nervous is the Royals obviously trading their best pieces. So if you just want to focus on the White Sox because you're getting all 9 innings as the away team and just want to back them from a team total perspective with Lynch on the mound, okay. But that game also breeds an over. So, yeah, White Sox, Royals, Braves, Pirates, Reds, Phillies. I think those are your 3 best overs today. And you've obviously covered 2 of those 3, so good stuff.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. If you want any of those overs.
White Sox coming into this game with a 6.93 ERA to their bullpen. Royals are 6.23. They're allowing opponents batting average 353. The other one's allowing 403. Are you kidding me? Those are some terrible bullpen numbers. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of runs scored, I think, in the day game. Somebody messaged me and said, NRFI, White Sox Royals to kick off the day? No. There's going to be runs and probably often. No way you took a NRFI in that game. Oh, my God. No way. All right,
Yeah.
let's shut up now and give these guys some pitching props. That's what we'll do here in the third inning, called Shut Up and Pitch. I'm just going to kick it off with another system play. What about Urias there of the Los Angeles Dodgers, under 6.5 Ks at plus 115? I'm definitely on the wrong side of this bet, because if you want to log into every sports book, now it's 7.5. Now the under is way juicy because they bumped the number up to 7.5, but it cashed in his last start versus the Brewers. This wasn't like a guy that struck out 7, 8, 9 Brewers. This guy that struck out 6. So you got a good plus money cash. This is a guy that's cashed this bet in 17 of his 23 starts. Listen to that hit rate. Cashed against this same opponent last start, and it's cashed in 17 of 23 starts. And you're giving me this bet at plus money? Are you kidding me? The only thing that's not in your favor is, like I said, in terms of the hitting stats with that F5 over, the Brewers are cold right now versus left-handers. Absolutely cold, and they're striking out the most. But they were striking out the most last week when they faced Urias in this one cash with 6 strikeouts. I'm going to stick with my system. I love this. Give me Urias under 6.5 Ks at plus money. You got anybody?
I was looking at Daniel Lynch as a fade option, but
Of course you were.
when I looked through the
Love it.
when I looked through the game logs though against the White Sox, he's gone against them twice this year.
Dealing.
Both times he put up 7 strikeouts against the White Sox. Both times. And his line today is 4.5, juice towards the under. But that gives you a potential of going over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 105 for Daniel Lynch. So this is a very, I don't know, kind of, to me, a contrarian in a way. You know, of what I would normally think of Daniel Lynch, but I think I would try it over 4.5 for him today.
I thought that was a very interesting line. I always talk about the hitters having more success. This is a guy, to your point, who's gotten back-to-back 7. Even if he's not as successful, he can still get to 5 and give you a good plus money cash because you're seeing it at plus money across the sports books. I thought that was a great one. I also think you could target him to have over 1.5 walks. The White Sox right now are doing a great job at drawing walks at 12.2% versus left-handed pitching. They expect them to hit him hard. That could be the only concern, but he's shown in his game log he's got some bad control. So you could also maybe look at over 1.5 walks, but I think if you're going to do one of those two in terms of fading Daniel Lynch, you just go to the plus money bet. All this crap's 50-50, and we try and make predictions as best we can, but it's all tight margins. The sportsbooks aren't giving you any freebies. There's no locks. There's no free money out there. So if you're going to do one, take him out to have over 4.5 strikeouts. I'd also let's throw in Drew Smiley. You want to back a team right now, back the Cardinals. Like, just get on board with the Cardinals and live with the results any way you can. If you want to do a team total, an F5 team total, if you want to take Drew Smiley to have under 4.5 Ks, that's fine because that's at plus money. Cardinals are good right now in terms of strikeout rate, sitting at about 20%. Yeah, I got Cardinals offense. Yeah, back it all day long. So Drew Smiley under 4.5 Ks is another good look at plus 110. Did you have another one?
No, not really.
All right, let's move it down to fourth inning. We call it long shots. We think there's some dogs out there that can get you a good plus money cash today. Which ones do you have circled, Squirrel?
What one are there to circle? What ones are there to circle?
I got 2.
Not a hell of a lot to me. I don't know. Maybe it's you probably stand a decent chance with the Royals. I don't know.
Here's the thing with that Royals game to also let you know there's going to be a lot of runs. Both of their pitching out props is at 15.5. The sportsbooks are not expecting either starter to go long. They're expecting them to get hit, only go 5 innings, and then you get into those bullpen numbers that I mentioned. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll give you a dog, Squirrel.
I don't know.
I'll give you a dog. You mentioned Jake Odorizzi. Why are the Pirates not worth a look here at plus 170? They're more than well to look. The bullpen numbers are pretty even against the Braves. I'll take Contreras over Odorizzi all day long. Now, obviously, you're not getting the better offense. The Braves are by far a better offense, but you're getting Odorizzi on the mound. I think that balances out a little bit. So I do like the Pirates today. I think they're a good dog. You mentioned the Reds maybe able to score some runs at plus 200. The only issue is you get that Reds bullpen to come along with it. But I think the Reds are also another good look because they just saw Syndergaard, and you're getting a bullpen day out of the Reds. So, all right, I think Reds and Pirates are probably your 2 best dogs today. In a day when there's not a lot of great dogs, I do like the Reds and Pirates.
Yeah, it's a great public fade at that. A lot of people ask me, when you look at money distribution, what are you looking for in a distribution, and when would I back it, when would I fade it, right? Today, we're looking at legitimately like very close to 99% of the money on the Braves money line.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
uncalled for with Odorizzi on the mound. Uncalled for.
yeah, that's a public fade. If you were looking at like
What's
30
the
percent of the bets and like 60, 70, 80% of the money on the Pirates or what have you, I mean, generally that's the kind of thing I want to follow. But when I'm seeing, 90% of bets, 90% of money on one side of the game, more times than not, you're going to kind of want to steer clear of that type of thing.
You know what could be a better angle there in the Pirates game? The F5 two-way money line. Because A, it's still at plus money at plus 140. And you get the option to push if there's a tie at the end of the 5 innings. And you're still fading what you're really fading if you take the Pirates full game money line, which is Odorizzi. You're really just focusing on Odorizzi. I think Contreras will have him a decent day. And yeah, Odorizzi, a 2.1 whip. What are you kidding me? Yeah, Pirates. I actually maybe do the F5 money line, two-way line. Plus 140. I think that one's probably a lot better. Yeah, I like that one a lot better, actually. All right, let's move it over now to the 5th inning. We call it Keep Swinging. Let's give these guys some hitting props today. Tough day for hitting props. Did you come up with anything?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. These aren't my normal types of bets. You know what I mean? I'll like analyze them and stuff, but I find it pretty rare that I get down on pitching props or batting props. It's just not what I normally do. I guess there's a bunch of LA Dodgers today that you could look at. I don't know. Um,
Okay.
I don't know, man.
I
It's
thought it
not
was a
my.
tough day in terms of I like to get like not a big sample size, but like a decent sample size. Most guys that have good batting average are 3 for 8, 4 for 9. That stuff's not all that sexy to me. That's only like a 2-game sample. So I'm gonna do the first thing ever, I think, all season long on August 22nd. Because you maybe 2 guys you can fade. What about Aaron Hicks? He's 1 for 16 against Max Scherzer. You can get him at minus 125 to not get a hit. And then Christian Yelich, they're the Milwaukee Brewers, is 2 for 15 against Urias. You can get him at plus 140 to not get a hit. Obviously, I would like Yelich more because it's lefty on lefty. So you figure Urias is going to have the advantage in that matchup. But those are 2 guys today that are absolutely struggling against today's starter. If they do feed a bullpen, you think Scherzer is going to go deep. So Hicks may not see the bullpen or may only get 1 look, 1 at-bat against a bullpen. All right, Hicks to not get a hit. And Christian Yelich to also not get a hit. All right, 6th inning now. Call it a steal. Got to give these guys a steal today. What do you got?
I mean, I think the steal would have been yesterday at 8.5 for that Braves and Pirates over. I like the Reds Phillies over. I like the Royals White Sox over. I think you could call it a steal for any of those overs that we've already talked about. I don't think there's a lot to really quote steal today in terms of value, unless it was early value, which even at that, I was checking yesterday afternoon. I'm looking even at tomorrow. If you want to steal some
Yeah.
kind of value off tomorrow's board, you have Carlos Rodon and the Giants on the run line potentially against Detroit Tigers at home with Drew Hutchinson. I would pay minus 120 to take the Giants on the run line for tomorrow. But again, I mean, a lot of these things are just so juiced up. I don't know if Dane Dunning's a lefty, but if he is, give the over 11 a look in the Rockies and Rangers game.
Dunning's a right-hander, but there was a stat 2 starts ago. The dude is like 0-11. I don't know. I have to look at his game. I obviously haven't looked at tomorrow that closely, but he is a right-hander, but he's poo-poo on a stick, to say the least. You're
Otherwise,
you're willing to fade the Tigers against a left-hander tomorrow, you think, eh?
Yes.
All right.
Otherwise, there's Corbin Burns coming out tomorrow on the mound, but again, it's not that great because it's against the Dodgers and Tony Gonsolin. So, what did I just say? I'm looking at the early value plays as kind of one of the saviors as far as going this deep into the season, where now every line is like damn near -2, -300, seemingly anyway. Where it's really, really, really difficult to either pick an underdog just purely based off value and expect your win rate to be super low, or I don't know. It's getting really tough, and I've seen this in NHL back half of the season, the last few weeks there, like it gets really rough for a while. So,
Yeah. All right.
like, if I'm up 9.5 units, why do I want to sit there and try to throw down on 5 games and lose it in a day? You know what I mean? Um, I don't. I have no desire to force units when I know NHL's coming up. I know NFL's coming up. Like, there's gonna be so much opportunity. So if you can discipline yourself and restrict yourself for a few days, maybe a few weeks, like, does it suck? Yeah, entertainment wise, go find something else to do, man. Like, pick up a video game. I don't know, go for a run, do something. Like, you don't have to just sit there and watch baseball. Keep your money, bro.
I hear that. All right, let's give these guys a steal for today. No NRFI today, fellas. How about a RFI? How about a RFI? Let's root for offense. I got 3 teams that can score in the first inning. We've already touched on them. White Sox, Reds, and Pirates. You can get all of them if you just want to isolate that one particular team. All 3 of those guys are at plus 200 or greater. So you only need one of these 3 teams to not only come through, but they'll also bring you some profit. Noah Syndergaard, he's given up 15 runs and 17.2 innings in the first inning, throwing another 3 home runs, 20 hits, 5 walks, god-awful numbers. What about Daniel Lynch there, the Royals? He's only given up 14 runs in his 19 starts, 4 home runs, 24 hits, really bad stuff. And then Joe Odorizzi, we mentioned him, in 3 starts with the Braves, he's given up 4 runs. When he was a member of the Astros, in 12 starts, he gave up 8 runs. I would say if you're going to bet one, you obviously bet all 3. You do the White Sox, Reds, and Pirates. I think the worst one I saw was at plus 215. So just get one of these to go ahead and cash, and you've scraped in some profit. So to me, it's a RFI, half-inning RFIs. White Sox, Reds, Pirates. One of those 3 teams is going to score, if not more. 7th inning now. We got to give these guys our best bet of the day. What's your best bet today, Squirrel?
It's going to be the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
And I took them yesterday. I took them last night. I put it out on my Facebook or whatever. I said, hey, I think I'm going to do something very uncharacteristic of myself. I'm going to lay a minus 200 on the money line for the Minnesota Twins. I know it's crazy. Sounds crazy anyway. People get afraid that way. Something I never really do. I mean, when's the last time I gave out a minus 200? I don't know if I ever have. I really don't. I don't know if I've ever given a minus 200 in my life. It's like, yes, 2 units to win 1. However, fact is, Rangers shut out the Twins yesterday 7-0, right? I believe. Which automatically they're coming off of just simply a shutout game, especially making it even better as a home favorite. The next game, teams, at least in 2022, are winning, I think, 64, 66%, something like that, just based on that, which minus 200 gives you 66%. Beyond that, I have 3 more additional systems that are between 70 or 80%, and I actually have all the way up to 80% for historically based systems. As of today, the money distribution has swung and is quite scary because it's on the Rangers. The money is on the Rangers now today. Granted, I took this bet last night before seeing that, so I will give you that little piece of warning, little bit of danger element to it. But the line has not moved in any which way that is significant enough to, like, extremely scare me. I see it currently now at minus 210 roughly, right? Mm-hmm. Even though money is on the Rangers, which I kind of have to think is due to yesterday's 7-0 ass beating that they gave the Twins. You getting a home team with Sonny Gray against Cole Reagan. So I would not say that the Rangers scare me on the mound today with Sonny Gray versus Cole Reagans. I think that the lineup is better for the Twins. I think it's just a spot that is going to be a simple, clean win. That's what I expect. And that's what I hope to get. But I'm laying minus 200 to do it. Other than that, I think the only real places that you can go is probably a couple of these overs.
Yeah, I probably should have put those overs, and maybe I will, before this day's over. So All right, coming to a stretch. My best bet today. I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Drew Smiley to maybe look to back those Cardinals. I'm going to go ahead and do that with their F5 team total over 2.5 at plus 120. Cardinals on an incredible roll. Swept the Rockies, swept the Diamondbacks, coming on a 7-game win streak, racking up tons of runs. They're crushing left-handers. They're crushing right-handers. They know Drew Smiley from being in the division. Faced him a couple times last season. Haven't seen him yet this season, but they do know him from last season. And one of those two times they were able to cash this bet. I'm just backing the Cardinals. Just too hot of an offense right now versus any-handed pitching. I love them right now. You're going to hang this bunny at plus money. Cubs, you look at wind. What's going on in Chicago today? Do you know from a wind perspective? Is that even going to be on my side?
I will tell you right now, while I look it up, do not use, are you talking about the Cubs game?
Yeah, they're taking on the Cardinals, yep.
Okay, yeah. There's a website out there called Wind Blowing In or something like that. Wind Blowing In or windblowingout.com. Wind Blowing Out, I think. Don't use that website for the Wrigley Field. I used it one night. It was so wrong. It wasn't even funny. I made a bet because of what that website told me, and it was not right. You got about 3 or 4 miles an hour wind blowing in. So nothing significant in, but I'm going to compare that now to that.
I got a feeling Goldschmidt can hit a ball through 3 to 4 mile an hour wind. I'm just going to go out on a limb and make that claim that Goldschmidt can do that for me. So, yeah, this.
Yeah. Okay. So this website says right now, out of town. What? Yeah, at Cubs. So the website's not even up to date. It says that the Cardinals are playing at home, and they're not.
They are not. No, it's in Wrigley.
So this website don't use that website, bro. It's not right. Yeah, there's many. You just Google MLB wind, MLB weather. I don't know. You'll find.
All right, it's time to parlay me. 8th inning double play. Time to give these guys a parlay. You got one cooked up for the people, or do you want me to drop them a winning parlay that they can?
You can. I mean, mine's going to include the Twins, I'm sure.
I think your parlay should just be 2 of those 3 overs. I should have done that. If I like those, which of those 3 overs do I like better in terms of a 2-leg? I like Atlanta.
I feel like I trust the Pirates more than the Reds, so I guess I would go Braves Pirates over, and the White Sox Royals over.
Yep.
For some reason, I just get a weird feeling. I get a weird feeling that the Reds Phillies has not moved to 9 like I thought it would, and it was minus 120. I don't know. Something about it just gives me a weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it other than that.
Well, I love the ones for Braves Pirates because we expect the Pirates to get something off Odorizzi, and the Braves offense is just absolutely, top of the league, top 10, top 5 in some categories. So, all right, for just a good old money line parlay, though, I'm going to do the Yankees, or not the Yankees, sorry. I'm going to do the Mets. I'm going to fade the Yankees, and I'm going to do the Mets, obviously, with Scherzer on the mound. The Yankees right now, what was it versus right-handed pitching? It was atrocious. Batting 178 versus right-handed pitching, 178. Now you're going to tell me you're going to step up to the plate and hit off Scherzer? Nah, that ain't going to happen. So I'll gladly take the Mets in my parlay. And then the White Sox. I mentioned they're back hitting left-handed pitching, hitting 286. Yeah, I'm expecting runs, a lot of them. But I am expecting the White Sox to come out on top. So I'll do a White Sox-Mets moneyline parlay at plus 167. All right, 9th inning time. It's time to give these guys all of our bets, and then let's talk about all these games in rapid fire. You're only going to stand there with that Twins money line. I'm going to jump in there with that Brewers Dodgers F5 over, Urias under 6.5 Ks, and then 3 F5 team totals, Reds Pirates at 1.5, and then the Cardinals come in at 2.5. All right, let me jump into BetUS. Let's talk about all these games from a money line, run line, and over/under perspective. It's going to be a good day today. It's going to be a good day today.
Hey. No, that doesn't.
What's going on?
It doesn't have any. Somebody said don't take the over in the White Sox Royals. I asked why, and then they said it's raining in New York, but it doesn't have any.
Okay.
Doesn't have any bearing. There's 0% precipitation for the Royals game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That game's played in Kansas City. I'm pretty sure it's in Kansas
City.
City.
So New York has no bearing on that. Okay. Anyway.
He may have been mentioning when I was talking about the Mets. Anyways, let's jump into it. White Sox, Royals. We've talked about this game. BetUS has an over-under of 8. They do got the White Sox at minus 155. We both love the over. If you had to pick a winner, are you also picking the White Sox? If you had to, I mean, jeez, this should just be runs.
I mean, it's kind of a teeter-totter coin flip to me. That's why I kind of leaned Royals, and if I'm going to get Daniel Lynch and back him on a strikeout prop, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's a 50-50, which is why I would take my plus 135 on the home team, to be honest. I don't know. How do you pick a side?
I'm just backing the left-handed pitching. That's all I'm doing. Is what the White Sox are generally good at, and they're good at in this current moment.
The Royals aren't bad on offense. I'll say, I don't know, I think it's their bullpen that just screws them every single time.
Royals versus right-handed pitching are hitting 186 in their last 228 at-bats, hitting 186. So with the White Sox hitting 186, with the White Sox hitting 286 versus left-handers, that's a 100 point gap in batting average. So I'm going to take the White Sox. Let's go ahead and move now to Braves and Pirates.
He is on, by saying, I don't know if it went to 9. I see it open at 8.5, went to 8 for the White Sox and Royals game, and I do see all the money on the under.
It's probably people looking at Daniel Lynch's numbers. I mean, you mentioned it, 2 outings this season, hasn't given up a runs yet for the White Sox. That's got to change. That's got to change in my mind. All right, Braves and Pirates, over-under of 9. We both love that over. Braves are at minus 200 on BetUS. Pirates are at plus 170. I've got to change my opinion, and I would just focus on the Pirates F5 money line two-way. I love the over. I'm not willing to say that the Braves are going to win because that's how bad Odorizzi is, but they should win. But I'm going to target just the over.
Yep, same here.
Reds and Phillies with Luis Cessa versus Noah Syndergaard. Over and under of 8.5. Reds plus 200. Phillies minus 240 on BetUS. Again, another game. I'm taking the over for sure. I'm taking it.
I am as well, even though of the 3 we've talked about, is probably my least favorite at this point.
We got a total that seems to be dropping here in this New York game. Maybe it is because of that weather. Because we got an over-under of now of 7.5 in New York with the Mets taking on the Yankees.
Is the game going to be played at that point then?
Is it going to be played? I don't know. We got the Mets at minus 155, Yankees at plus 135. I don't know how you back the Yankees. I mean, great. Okay, they got one win, yesterday against the Blue Jays, but otherwise it's been a really, really...
Not against Scherzer. I mean, maybe against somebody else, not Scherzer, to me.
Yeah. That's a player where it's like I'll back him, and if I suffer a loss, cool, I'll come right back and back him again. It's like whatever. And they're throwing Domingo Germán on right now. The Mets right now versus right-handed pitching, they've got the 5th best numbers versus right-handed pitching, and they're throwing Domingo Germán. It's the Mets all day long. I'm not even contemplating the Yankees doing much of anything. So, all right, if that game gets played, I think you'll go ahead and get a nice win there with the Mets. Angels and Rays with an over-under of 7.5. Angels plus 180. Rays minus 210. Angels weren't struggling versus left-handers, so I guess the Rays will certainly win the game. Even though they're not struggling, I still do like the Rays. I'll go Rays run line, plus 105.
Yeah. Either that or if you were going to do a total, does 7.5 seem low? Does it seem right?
It's just some really bad teams. I mean, not the Rays are that bad, but yeah.
I don't know. It's just when you have a total that's lower like that, around 7.5, taking run lines kind of hasn't worked out the greatest for me. But I don't know. I'll just skip the damn game. I don't have to play it, bro.
All right, Rangers and Twins, over-under of 8.5. You get the Rangers at plus 180, Twins at minus 210. I like the over. The Rangers have had some success against Sonny Gray. I like the Twins to certainly win the game, but I'll take an over of 8.5 in Rangers-Twins.
Yeah. If the Twins were the away team, I think I would take the run line, but I actually just took the money line. I mean, obviously right there as my official bet, so I'll stick with it.
All right, Cardinals and Cubs, over-under of 8. Cardinals minus 165, Cubs plus 140. I'll take the Cardinals on the run line at even money. Give me Cardinals run line.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
We got a pitching change here in Oakland. The Marlins have swapped out Lopez for Cabrera. He's going to be taking on Oler there of the Athletics with an over-under of 7.5. Marlins are at minus 140. Athletics are at plus 120. Nothing excited me about this game. I mean, nothing. Maybe the NRFI. Like, if you want to say, hey, Jason, I need a NRFI, maybe this is your best NRFI right here. Marlins Athletics. I did look at all of them. I thought this was the best one. Didn't get my money, obviously, as you can see on the left-hand screen.
Just because neither team can hit?
Oh, neither team can ever shit. They can't do anything with the bat in their hand. They can't do anything. And Cabrera, like him. He's decent.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll take the NRFI.
They put Lopez into tomorrow's game, by the way, against Zach Logue.
Yep. I guess I'm taking... Who's going to win this game? I guess
I'd take Marlins today and tomorrow, if I were going to.
You're taking Marlins. I'm taking... Let me just look at... I'm going to refresh these numbers. Not refresh, but refresh my brain in terms of what the... I mean, yeah, both of these bullpens are 24th and 26th, so you're getting no edge in the bullpen. These numbers are bang on pretty tight. I don't know, man. Two offenses that are in the bottom half. I'm just going to take the NRFI. I'm going to stand on the NRFI. I'm going to mix it up here in rapid fire and just say, take the NRFI, folks. Everybody likes 6 outs of glory. Well, there it is, so... All right, and then the nightcap there is Brewers Dodgers. Again, I think this series is going to play a little bit different. I got too much familiarity for my liking, so I'll take over 8 over on BetUS at even money, while the Brewers are at plus 215 and the Dodgers are at minus 255.
I kind of have this guttural feeling of a half unit Brewer thing, just in case they upset.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably would roll with that. Here's one of those cases you're finding about 25% of money, 70%, 25% of the bets and 70% of the money on the Brewers at a plus 225 or whatever.
Urias went 5 strong against these Brewers not too long ago and didn't give up 1 run. Only gave up 4 hits.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why the money's like that. I'm just saying that's what I see. I would half unit the Brewers just in case they upset.
Watch everybody be on the under again, because tomorrow it's Gonsolin versus Corbin Burns. The whole world's going to be on the under again. They'll play out a little different. Let's see what happens here. We got some comments in here. We got YouTube. What's up, my man? Saying White Sox run line or money line. Just stick to the money line. Two shitty bullpens. I wouldn't feel going run line on either one of those. Dodgers. I'm on the Dodgers with you. We got Brian saying Dodgers Cardinals is his best bet. I like it. I'm going to be on the over, obviously, Brian, but yeah, sure. I'll take the Giants. I'll take Urias to do it again over Lauer. So, yeah, Dodgers, Cardinals. I like that. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
There it is, Tuesday. Look at a nice slate tomorrow. Let's see what we got going on here tomorrow. That's going to be a NRFI in that game. I like that. I'm taking the NRFI in White Sox Orioles tomorrow right off the bat. I can kind of see that jumping out. Dylan Cease versus Voth. I like the NRFI right there. Oh, we're getting to run back this matchup. Remember last week we did Nick Lodolo over 4.5 hits allowed going up against the Phillies. See if we can't run that bet back again tomorrow. He was in all kinds of trouble. The Phillies didn't scrape out a run, but boy, they had him on the ropes multiple innings in those first 5 innings. We got DeGrom on the mound.
I don't see a line for it, but...
Yeah, whatever the line is. I'm just kind of spewing out some things here for the viewers.
Okay.
You do got the Tigers taking on a left-handed pitcher tomorrow, so that'll be something to watch. See if we can't get a 1.5 line. I'm sure we will. Cash their last bet on Saturday. Saturday they faced a left-hander in Detmers. They're the Angels and got a cash. They did not cash Friday, but they hadn't faced a left-hander in 2 weeks, so maybe they were a little rusty. So they didn't cash on Friday. They faced another left-hander on Saturday and got a cash. I'll be looking to maybe back the Tigers tomorrow. Just been really, really good to us. Let's see what else you got. Verlander's on the mound. We got DeGrom on the mound. You mentioned Dane Dunning. I'll be on the Rockies tomorrow, or certainly be on the over tomorrow with Marquez versus Dunning. And then, Fetty's back. Fetty's back against the Mariners. Everybody will be on the Mariners tomorrow with Fetty versus Robbie Ray. So probably take a Mariners run line or something to be sexy right there. And Michael's, what's this Cincinnati money line distribution? Michael says it's crazy. What are you seeing there from a Cincinnati money line?
For today?
Yeah. Michael's seeing something crazy today. You're always the guy with that.
18% of bets, 79% of money.
I'm telling you, folks. I just, I've been betting baseball a long time. There's something about hitter familiarity. And the Phillies didn't see Luis Sessa. Obviously, the Reds just saw Noah Syndergaard. I do like the Reds. I gave them out in the fourth inning as a long shot today. I do like the Reds. If I had to bet it, I'm going to take the Reds and sweat like ass when that bullpen's in and be extremely uncomfortable for the rest of the sixth innings. And, be extremely uncomfortable. But I like it. That's why I'm just taking the Reds from a team total perspective. I don't want any part of that Reds bullpen. It's been a letdown all season long. They've run their starters out there for like the sixth inning when he was beat up and blood was dripping from his nose because they just didn't want to go to that terrible bullpen. They're like, all right, you can just go out there and keep getting beat up because we know what's going to come in. They're going to get beat up. We'll take our chances. No thanks for me. All right, guys, let's go ahead and end the show right here. We'll call it back. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good little slate tomorrow. Looks like we got every team in action. We'll come back. We'll break it all down for you guys and fire out some more winners. Enjoy your Monday, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you later.